the team called the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Tuesday, February 25th. We've got another great day of NBA and NHL action lined up, as well as college basketball. And maybe you saw it just moments ago on MLB Network, if you were checking it out. How about Chinese Taipei? Just moments ago, they're advancing to the World Baseball Classic Finals, the 2026 World Baseball Classic Finals. They won't interfere with the spring training this year, but just moments ago, we watched a game qualifying there with Chinese Taipei defeating Spain 6-3. They'll advance to the finals, a big tournament next year for the World Baseball Classic. And some tennis action this morning. There's action in the EPL today with 4 games going off here this evening and across the pond this afternoon here in the United States. So what are you guys up to today for your Sports Betting Tuesday? Say hello to some folks in the chat and get rolling with our show here. We'll preview the card today. Good college basketball action last night. Not so much for me on my sports money premium picks, but we did have some winners here yesterday on the show, and hopefully get back on track a little bit here today. But late last night we did see NHL action. I did have a winner there with my premium pick over in the game between the Golden Knights and the Kings. The Kings romp late and pull away for the victory 5-2 over the Golden Knights. We did have the Kings here on the show yesterday as our pick, and we did go over as our one premium pick selection in the NHL, so might as well start with the highlight. And yesterday also, NBA, we were able to pick up some wins here on the show. How about it? We had the Washington Wizards yesterday in that game against the Brooklyn Nets. We had it here on the show, or game total under anyway. Don't want to consensus pick was Brooklyn. Make no mistake there. Yesterday, the consensus parlay went down, but I had the winner yesterday, Nets and Wizards game to go under. Also, winner here on the show, Nuggets and Pacers game to go under. That time, team consensus right on the ball with that one, as I also had the under with you guys in that game. You guys had it right there yesterday. Also, premium pick winner here, Clippers and Pistons game to go under. And, well, you guys had it right. You guys said take the Pistons, and I was thinking Clippers. But there's no doubt Pistons are playing pretty well right now, and they had plenty for the Clippers last night. And also here, did have a winner here on the show late last night with Minnesota Timberwolves against the Thunder. In that game, the Wolves kind of came back there. And also, college basketball did have some winners here on the show, including North Carolina Wilmington yesterday. Also, you guys had it right over me again. You wonder why I can't have a decent day here lately. You guys called it Michigan over Nebraska there yesterday in one of the ugliest games of the season. I thought it would be a high scoring game, and it was one of the, I don't know, maybe it was a thing of beauty for you guys with Michigan there over Nebraska yesterday. I don't know, what was it, 47-45 or something like that. So, also did have a premium pick or a winner here on the show yesterday with Houston and Texas Tech game to go under yesterday. We did bring that one home as well. Looking for the looking for the winners here at this point from yesterday's card, but also had all those extra board games. So, all right, let me say hello to some folks in the chat and see if you guys have some winners for me today in the world of sports and sports betting. Joe T was here first to open the doors. Thank you, Joe. Here's Swaggy in the chat today. Nice to have Swaggy here. Blue is here. Lotto dee dotto die. Joe W in the chat today from our chat all stars. Why not pass along a little steam to get us going here this morning? We'll probably get some of it here for sure with college basketball today, and this one is kind of interesting. Providence and Marquette game to go over here. We're seeing some steam right now. It was 148 up to 149 right now. We're seeing steam to the over here. We're seeing more steam right now. Let's get to it all. Providence and Marquette game to go over at 149 right now. All right, next up, Lindenwood and Western Illinois. We're seeing some steam here to the over right now. And definitely Lindenwood has had some overs, I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't have it in the previews here, but steam to the over here right now with Lindenwood and Western Illinois. It was 141, now up to 142, maybe higher here with Lindenwood and Western Illinois taking some steam right now. Also, Buffalo in their matchup with Central Michigan taking some steam here to the over. It was 149. We're up to 150, it looks like, here right now with Buffalo and Central Michigan. Some steam coming in here this morning to the over here on the Morning Steam Show. Also, just moments ago, Appalachian State and Georgia Southern steam to the over here with App State and Georgia Southern. It was 139. This is Georgia Southern. Let me find it here. We just had it. There we go. It was 137.5. We're going to go up to 139. It looks like here by the time this one settles with Appalachian State and Georgia Southern steam here to the over. Also, NBA steam just moments ago. Milwaukee Bucks and Houston Rockets steam to the over here in this one tonight in the NBA with the Bucks and Rockets going over here was 226. We're up to 227. It looks like right now with the Bucks and the Rockets. All right, let me continue on here a little bit. Oh, here's another one real quick. New Mexico and San Diego State. This one's in the previews for sure here right now with New Mexico and San Diego State. This one getting steamed here to the over right now was 142 up to 143 here right now. Steamed to the over with New Mexico and San Diego State just moments ago here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, let's get some more folks in the chat. And here we got Nick Handy in there. Doubles is here this morning. Thank you, Doubles, for coming by. Nice to see you there. Also, Billy Siegfried there. They were honoring Bill Walton last night. We heard from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Those guys played, of course, part of that UCLA dynasty of the 70s. They couldn't lose every year with those two big men, and they were thinking about my man, Bill Walton. Last night, of course, I love Bill Walton, of course, because, hey, he's a Helix Highlander. I'm a Helix Highlander. All right, let's see. Jermaine is here as well. And Fernando there. Fernando's. I was trying to see if I could get more extreme than Fernando with my World Baseball Classic report, but Fernando's up betting UEFA Women's League, Women's Nations League. How about that? Art Thompson's here. Hello. Thomas Lewis is here, everybody. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Share it, smash it, pass it around. And Billy talking about, look at, he loves his LA teams today. And Thomas Lewis says that OKC game was the ugliest game there yesterday. Who else? James Parham here. Bobby Mack is here. We've got everybody here today. And let's see here. Jermaine's going over and everything today. Is that right? And Terrell, hello. He's talking about the action last night with that Brooklyn, Washington. Look, it wasn't the best schedule in the world last night. All right. Yeah, Billy, you're right. Don't forget about that. And thank you to Doubles as well. Again, okay. Let's do my commercial here. Try to sell some picks. I mean, I got them full-blown tout, man. And right now, you might have the fade train going on with my college basketball. I've extended some packages here after another subpar day, but we did get our hockey winner. Oh, here's a steam play coming in with James Madison and Monroe. I mean, they were there. They signed the documents. All right, Madison and Monroe. I think Madison and Monroe. We're seeing a little steam here to the under with James Madison and UL Monroe in this one. Boy, I could get behind this one. I think it was 142. We're down to 141. It looks like we're here right now with James Madison and Monroe steam to the under here just moments ago. All right. And what did I say it was? Let me do my commercial here. Hello to Andrew G. He's got the pink hands there. You can get my best picks today, hopefully, over at winnable.com. This is where you support me on the channel here on the Sports Money Network by subscribing to my extra content. Basically, just plays. You see it how it works there on the screen. You subscribe to my picks for $4 a day, $8 a week, $19.95 a month. And I send you a stream of plays there. You see, you can also get a free subscription to receive some other content as well, including exhibition baseball selections every day. Might have some tennis out there, some soccer as well. And you can click the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, and that'll take you over to my Winnable page. Winnable is a platform for content creators, pick sellers, if you will, and I'll send you some great plays when you subscribe to me over at winnable.com. You can set your notifications when those plays come in. Usually my best plays come out 30 minutes to 2 hours before game time on the weekdays and weekends. And you can run those up against your plays. You can play them, you can fade them, but this is how you support me. And I send out some extra content, making some plays every day. So check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. All right. Appreciate that. And there you go. Here's the address right there. That's what it looks like. Comes up on your phone. Pretty cool. Uh, you can subscribe there with Google Pay, Apple Pay, and credit card. It's all processed by Stripe. That's a well trusted payment processing platform that many companies use. And uh, so no hijinks there. All right. And use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages. Okay, hopefully we're going to have a great day here today with our action here. We'll get to the previews in just a moment. And here's what it looks like when you go over to the winnable there. Up there, and then you see you can pay there right there with Apple Pay, Google Pay, whatever pay. And then don't forget the free subscription there. This is just get you on board. And then you always have the option to join me for the subscriber plays. But when you get that free content, you'll get some free selections in there. For example, we did have some Major League Baseball there yesterday, some college baseball this weekend as well comes up there. Just like that, I think one of those games got rained out yesterday. I was watching the Twins and the Rays, and they didn't make it very far into that game before the rain came. I think a lot of the games over in the Grapefruit League ended up being rained out. So hopefully they'll get back at it today. Full slate of Major League Baseball exhibition action today as well. All right, and I've got some games I'm looking at there for sure. All right, let's get started with the program and start it off with the NBA. And Blue says, yeah, we're going for everything. We like it all here. Well, we got to keep up on Major League Baseball. There is one team I'm thinking about opening up my futures in Major League Baseball. And look, there's a team out there. It's 200 to 1 to win it all, and they don't have a home. And you know what? They got a pretty interesting team. They were terrible. They are terrible, but they're in a division that maybe isn't that tough. Maybe the uh, Athletics, as we're going to call them this year, can have a chance to find their way into the playoffs somehow. I don't know. I would only look at the long shots here this season for sure at this point. All right. Terrell says who's going to go first? Chennai Broom or Cooper Flag? How about that? Look, I can't take Duke anymore. I never got Duke at a good enough price. I did pick Duke when the guys pinned me down on a show a couple weeks ago. I said, who do you like? Well, I like Duke. I don't know if I could bet him, but I kind of like the way Duke's going right now. Yeah, swaggy. Well, look, if anything, I'm just looking to get some equity there, maybe at 200 to 1 with the Athletics, a team without a home, the Sacramento. Whatever happened to Sagravem? What was the guy's name? Remember? Those are the ones, they're the trolls. They come for a few weeks. They have a crazy name that kind of fits with the times, and then they're gone. A couple days later, they'll change their name to something else. But remember, we had Sagravamento. What was the guy's name? All right, let's get to the NBA action. Start to preview these games a little bit for today, and get your plays for sure. I might not need as much help as I do in college basketball. Wow. Celtics and the Raptors here in this one. We got to start it off with the Red Wings are getting steamed just when we want to get started on basketball. Here's the Red Wings getting steamed today against the Minnesota Wild. Man, the Red Wings have been hot, hot, hot. And right now, they are taking the steam here against the Minnesota Wild today. All right, let's see if the Red Wings can keep it up. It's going to be a tough game there against the Wild, but they do have a lot of momentum. All right, Celtics and Raptors here in this one. We'll start to get going with the previews here. Try to get everything ready. So much action today, right? I'm ready to go now. Here we go. All right, Celtics coming in 41-16 on the season. The Raptors are 18-39 coming into this one. But when it comes to covering the spread, the Raptors are still pretty good. Celtics on a roll here, and they're starting to cover, right, a little bit. They're starting to show a little bit of momentum for all those games. Remember, we always kind of want to pick on the Celtics a little bit. They're in the role again that really that doesn't suit them, or where they have had that, I don't want to call it laziness. Is it laziness? Whatever happens, but Boston is in that situation here where, yeah, it hasn't been, 19 of the last 20 or anything, but we're still in a little bit of a mode here where Boston has dropped the spread in 10 of their last 11 games coming off of a home win. So still going to have to lay 11 here with Boston if you want to take them. But like I said, they are starting to cover some numbers here, some bigger numbers, as if they have a little bit more of a sense of urgency right now. Not that they're, in any predicament here, it feels like at this point, but not only are they winning, but they're totally covering here at this point. Pretty much every game laying numbers. They covered 7.5 against the Knicks. They covered 6.5 against the Sixers. They covered 8 against the Spurs. Of course, they're laying points every game. They've covered 7 of their last 10 here coming into this one right now. And Toronto doesn't fare very well in these type of games as far as winning, but still look at their record, 29-19 as an underdog against the spread, 18-12 against the spread at home. So Toronto has gone over here in 6 straight home games right now, but the Celtics are 11-18 to the under on the road. So see what you have in this one with Boston and Toronto today, and I'll get your picks here in the chat. Let's go to it. Going to start it off here with Thomas, of course, going to get us all rolling here. He likes the Raptors here in this one. And Andrew G says he got Duke way back at 12-1. I've been on Cooper Flagg's bandwagon, but I was kind of making fun of him at first this season. I mean, he kind of looks like that awkward. It looked like to me that awkward kid that you knew was going to be great, but didn't fit his uniform yet. It felt like, but man, he's unstoppable. All right, let's see here. Robert is on the Celtics. And welcome to College Station 9788. Nice to have you here, College Station. Well, that's our friend. I can't think of what his name was even yesterday or the day before, but I should know, my friend. You're there every day. I should recognize you. But anyways, took the Celtics there. Blues on the Raptors here. Jerry said, well, we do need Nate. If he's not here, he's not here. But we can just do it for him now. Granted, he could be there, and maybe he's worried today. Remember, he says that if I go to the props, then I'm probably fading a little bit there. Irish King here today. All right, and Curtis is here today as well. Thank you, Curtis. Hang in there. Good to have you. All right, and let's see who else we got here. A few more people in the chat coming in. R. Thompson is on the under here in this one. I mean, I don't know. What Toronto seems to be giving it up pretty good here right now for sure at home. And Andrew G there. Yeah, that's what it was. Mix, mug, mean. Right? But now College Station, and you go like that. I mean, who doesn't love the Aggies? Man, we're seeing some more steam here right now. I do want to make my play here. But, well, we'll get this one out of the way. Maybe we'll call out this other steam here at this point. All right. Give me the over here in this one of the Raptors team today.
Play.
Right now it is at 226. So I'll take the over in this one as my play here on the morning steam show. Okay, a few more steam plays here coming in. And first one here is on James Madison. We just talked about the side. How about the total? How about the side? We said the steam came in on the under. Now it's coming in on James Madison. It was 12.5. We're up to 13.5 here with James Madison taking that steam. Also, Washington just took the steam here moments ago in their matchup with Wisconsin in Madison. Saying Madison a lot here today. Washington was getting 16. It's down to 15 here right now. The Huskies are taking the steam against Wisconsin. Also, St. Louis Billikens taking the steam here against Davidson right now. Let me interrupt here real quick with one coming in real fresh here with South Carolina taking the steam right now against Missouri. It was 14. We're down to 13.5, and even 13 here right now as South Carolina takes that steam against Missouri. The line is moving right now. Also, St. Louis was getting 2 from Davidson. This one could be going down to 1 here right now with St. Louis taking that steam here this morning. All right, give me the over there with Boston and Toronto. We'll move on to the next one here right now. And next up is the Cavaliers and the Magic here. A sneaky good game at this point with the Cavaliers here on the road. It's only been moving one direction, it feels like right now. Man, the Cavaliers are up to 7.5 here this morning already. And the total right now is down to 222.5. Okay, Darius Garland is questionable here, but Jalen Suggs is going to be out here for Orlando today. Now, I think we knew that, so I don't know if that's necessarily the reason why this line's been on the move here. And man, it has gone down here big time on this widely reported steam coming in. We know we like to go under in a lot of these Orlando games. It feels like, this one needs updating. Mikey told me one day he's going to buy me an automatic scoreboard thing that's going to look beautiful. Until then, we're just going to change them on the graphics here manually. We'll call it 222.5. It's only going one direction. Here we go. All right, there it is. Cavaliers up to 7.5, and this thing going movement on the under here for sure. And this one, and to the Cavs. All right, let's see what's going on in this matchup. Wow. All right, the Cavaliers, we know what's going on with the Cavaliers. They're coming in hot on a winning streak here, certainly right now. Cavaliers on a roll here, winning and covering for the most part. Now, they didn't cover the last game against Memphis as a 6-point favorite. They won by 6 at home, but they did knock off the Knicks handily, covering the spread. They beat the Brooklyn Nets and won comfortably there. Now, Orlando's got a good spread record too at home, 16-11, 18-11 against the spread at home, but just 9-15 against the spread as an underdog. But still, Orlando, you'd think maybe they could. Orlando's covered the spread in 4 straight games right now against Washington. They were a favorite and covered. Now, granted, I will say this, the 3 games of the last 4 that they did cover, they were favored. The one game that they were an underdog against Memphis, they lost the game, but they did cover the spread. This is a home team, dominated series a little bit. Even the Magic usually wins at home actually, against the Cavaliers here of late. So let's see here what you guys have. The teams met back in November. It was 120 to 109. Cleveland got the win in that one. Let's go to the chat here maybe a little bit and see what we have. I've got Cleveland as 5-0 in the against this, or 4-0-1 in those 5 wins here of late. Cleveland's gone over in 8 of their last 11 games coming in, but Orlando's gone under in 9 of their last 11 games. I'll go to the chat. See what we got here.
Steam playing.
Steam just rolling in like nobody's business. All right. Thomas says Cleveland will win, but Orlando can get this money here tonight.
Steam playing.
Man, it's only going up. Orlando's got a pretty good record of covering the number, it feels like. All right, here's Blue on the Cavs. Terrell on the Cavs here. He says the second unit's good enough to get that money. Irish King is, man, the Cavs feel like, Thomas was on Orlando, but man, there's 3 Cavs in a row, it looks like, right there. Good morning to William Dryman there. And Irish King. Robert's got the under here in this one. Yeah, there's no doubt Cleveland's going over and Orlando's going under right now. There's just a matter of maybe how you want to look at how it's going to go, I guess, if you want to look at it that way, right? Because Cleveland over as a favorite, 35-17 to the over, 17-8 to the over on the road. Orlando, 10-19 to the under at home. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10. Orlando's definitely going under. Cleveland is going over. What happens when the 2 teams collide? Well, they are semi-familiar opponents, certainly. 10 of the last 14 meetings here in Orlando have gone under when these 2 teams meet. And Thomas says the Cavaliers. Oh, he's got the Cavaliers as a consensus there. Yeah, even though he went with the Magic, he says that, and I know what he's saying. I mean, there's no doubt we had those Cavaliers right in a row. It felt like there a little bit. All right, Cavaliers will be a consensus play there today. Okay, so I'll just go with the total then. I'll let you guys handle let's get 2 plays out of this. Consensus is on the Cavaliers. I don't know if I'm not going with or against. I'm just going to go to the total here. I'll let the chat speak, and I'll take the under with the Cavaliers and the Magic. And, there's Nate. I'm sorry, Nate. You missed the Celtics game. Nate's picks will not count today. He missed the deadline. You know what? We'll extend it. We'll extend the deadline just like all the federal employees get an extra month. We need your by the way, it's Monday, and we need you to tell us what you did last week. Oh, and we'll give you a month to tell us what you did to keep your job in the federal government. Celtics to smash, says Nate. He's got the Celtics to the second quarter. What did they do last time? I know it was a second quarter of that last Celtics game. It was a 2-point game. I know that. I don't know. They had to be favored by more than 2 points. I don't remember. All right, Lucky Power. Nice to see Lucky Power in the chat. Wow. Hi, Lucky Power. Nice to have you. And Gravy in the chat. All right. Hi, Gravy. And Bart Toms, I think she's feeling sad. I think Bart Toms might be talking about the Doge. All right. Next, Redbeard. Oh my God. Thank you, Redbeard. That's all. Who got it? I don't know. I can't check to see who got it. I know Mikey has the controls to see who got it when we're on a live show, but I don't have the YouTube. But thank you to Redbeard and congratulations to the recipient of the Sports Money membership. I'm gonna so you get the bronze there, and I think I've got to step up. I'm only bronze as well, and if I want to get those winning picks, um, Smoke, thank you, Nate. Wow, well, Smoke. Oh, hope Smoke's here today. And where is who's mac and cheese? Who's mac and cheese? I don't know, but all right. So I need to step it up here, and I need to go to the bronze. I need to go to the silver and gold membership because I was mad last week with the UFC picks that I made, and these guys were celebrating on the air, and I was getting mad. They were hooting and hollering, celebrating another win, and my guy was laying on his back. So I'm hoping to get at it today here, and you can join me today right here on the Sports Money Network. We're going to have VB MMA Picks show here. I believe the time, I want to say it's going to be a 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific here. I think we've had a time change here in the last couple of minutes, so I haven't been able to check my email real quick. But the show is today. I believe it's going to be at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. It originally scheduled for 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific. I think we had to bump it back 2 hours, so it'll lead in right into pregame, or almost into pregaming here anyway, with that show at I'm going to say it's going to be at 4 Eastern and 1 Pacific time right now with VB MMA picks today, as we'll preview this week UFC Fight Night with Kape versus Almabayev at the Apex Flyweight Top 10 Contenders meet this Saturday. So make sure you join us for that. Just wanted to, I don't know, somehow I got into a segue there with that. Okay, here we go. I got some more here. AOD is here. Hello, AOD. He's ready to go. And look, they took out my Clippers. He said it. AOD said it. You guys had it, and I tried to go with the Clippers, and you guys couldn't. You guys couldn't set me straight, I guess. All right. Here we go. We're going to keep it rolling here right now with the Suns taking on the Grizz in this one. And look at this. The Grizzlies are a big favorite here on the Suns. Of course they are. Favored by 8. And the total here, 245.5. The move has definitely been to the Suns here. In fact, I'm showing even some 7.5s out there right now. And good luck to the Suns today against the Grizz. I don't know if that seems like a very good matchup, but nonetheless, the move appears to be on the Suns anyway this morning. Slight move here to the Suns, but still the Suns are 7-14 against the spread as an underdog. They've covered just 2 of their last 10 games overall. Meanwhile, Memphis has been a strong cover. 24-12 against the spread as a favorite, 17-9 against the spread at home. Memphis has done a great job covering the spread this season. They're almost the opposite of the Suns. Now, they have struggled a little bit here of late. They're 0-3-1 against the spread in their last 4 games, actually. 0-2-1 out of the break here, really, with the last game they pushed actually against Cleveland in that 129-123 win. They lost that game. They lost that game. Let's make it clear. Memphis lost that game, remember, to Cleveland 129-123. For Phoenix, However, really bad numbers here of late as well. Just 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 games coming into this one. Let's go to the chat and take a look at what you guys have here in this one. Phoenix and Memphis. Phoenix 4-2 against the spread their last 6 games at Memphis, but Memphis has covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings overall. Phoenix has gone over in 6 of their last 8 games on the road right now. They're 19-11 to the over on the road. Memphis has been an over team this year for sure, but they are more of an over team on the road. At home, they play a little bit more defense and do kind of feature lower scoring games at home. But let's see what we have here in this one from the chat. And it's going to be Thomas with Memphis here. Terrell's not going to be betting the Suns anytime soon. Irish King says Grizzlies first half. Blue says Grizzlies team total to go over. Fernando's on the under here. Williams got his picks from the other games a little bit as well. He's got Boston here. This one, he says, he's got the Grizzlies here in this one. Road teams covered 5 straight meetings between these two teams. Here's under for Robert. Says the Suns have already mailed it in. College Station here says Suns plus. And he's got them. I'm not sure what the other data is. Might be a teaser in there or something. I'm not sure. All right. San Diego State just got steamed a couple of moments ago. Want to note that here real quick. It was 1.5 up to 2.5 here. San Diego State took the steam against New Mexico. That was some of the steam you heard popping off in the background also. West Virginia got steamed in their matchup today. West Virginia was 6.5 point favorite against TCU, but they're up to 7.5 here right now. West Virginia took the steam there against TCU in Morgantown tonight. All right, guess I'm going to make the call here myself in this one with the Phoenix and Memphis here. I think I'm going to make the call here. All right. Yep. So with Memphis here at home, I'm going to end up. This is a ridiculous number, I would think, with Memphis at home. Like I said, I think they play a little bit more defense in this at home, and maybe I'm missing the point here. I know these 240 games sometimes end up going well over, anyways, but. I'm just going to take the under here for sure. I think, look, Memphis, like I said, 35-22 to the over of this season, right? A significant over team. But at home, they are 13-14 to the under. So Phoenix is a dog, 9-12 to the under. So, yeah, they go over on the road all the time. But, all right. Our Tom's on the Suns here. And Blue says the Hornets could be losing to the Warriors by 27 points today. They are probably the worst there right now. Okay, here we go. Talking about that Kings game there last night. Team Steam consensus had the Hornets. I had the Hornets. What were we thinking? Blue said, or AOD said, what were you guys thinking? Okay. Here's the Bucks taking on the Rockets. Here in this one, you've got the Rockets favored by 3.5. The total 227 here. A little bit of a move to the Bucks. here in this one. And well, okay, I'm sure the Bucks will come in and be able to. It's going to be a good game. Obviously, teams with very similar records here. The Bucks are on that 4-game winning streak here right now. Coming in the win over Miami, 120 to 113, as a 4-point favorite. Now they didn't cover against Washington, but they got the money against the Clippers. Houston comes in just 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 games. Now, they're still a pretty, we know that Houston is a pretty decent team, quality team. It's just they fell on hard times here just a little bit of late. They've lost 2 of their last 3 games overall coming in, lost to Utah on the road. They lost to the Warriors at home before the break. So a little bit of a struggle here of late for Houston, not what we've been expecting, but this has been kind of a rough trip for the Bucks in the past. I think coming down to meet Houston. Milwaukee's 0-9 against the spread in their last 9 games as an underdog. So with rest disadvantage, I guess is what the graphic says here. So can they come up with something here in this one today against the Rockets? See what you guys have here. Milwaukee, playing well for sure. But here's what I was saying. So the Rockets are 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games at home, the last 5 years, I guess, out of maybe 4 years with the pandemic game. I'm trying to figure out if this one was in the bubble or not, but Houston has covered the last 5 meetings here in Houston as well. Houston has covered the spread in this series. Milwaukee's gone under in 5 straight games here on the road. They're 6-10 to the under as an underdog. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one tonight. Milwaukee is taking on Houston here. Houston just 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 games, but still, a good team. Maybe they're getting, maybe it's catching up to them a little bit. William Dryman says Houston first half, and College Station there. Let's see who's saying there. Art Tomp says Rockets team total over. Johnny says, I'll take the 4 points. Terrell says, yeah, bad matchup for the Bucks. That's what it feels like to me. Jerry Jones here today says, cash that first quarter over with Oklahoma City. I think that's what he said there. All right, Jerry. Okay, I'll make the call then, I guess, here in this one between the Bucks and Houston. I'm going to probably go with I'm going to end up here, I'm pretty sure, on the total in this game. I might be a little bit contrarian, but I've got to go over here in this one with the Bucks. I don't know if it is. Let me see what the ticket count is. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, it is pretty heavy to the under. So I've got the over here in this one tonight with the Bucks and the Rockets. James Parham's on Houston here. All right. Let's keep it moving here on the show with our next matchup. The Spurs taking on the Pelicans. Pelicans are a favorite here against the Spurs by 2 here. Pelicans come in 14-43, but they're up to a 3-point favorite here. Move is on the Pelicans for sure. Is this the spot? Still trying to get used to the Spurs without Wemby. It does feel like it is going to be a problem here. Let's see. 3 and let's call it 239, maybe 239.5. This one's definitely been going higher this morning in this matchup with the Spurs and the Pelicans. New Orleans has won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams at home. Of course, these are familiar opponents. Uh, New Orleans 5-1 against the spread in those 5 victories. The total's gone under in 8 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams in New Orleans. And San Antonio's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games overall coming into this one. San Antonio struggling against division opponents. They 0-8 in the last 8 games against the spread against division opponents. Spurs have gone under in 4 straight overall, but still, this total's on the move higher here tonight with the Spurs and the Pelicans, 239.5. Teams met just a couple of nights ago, remember? It was 114-96. The Pels got the victory. They looked convincing late, pulling away from San Antonio in that one to cover 2 points in that one. Let's go to the chat here, maybe see what you have at this one with the Spurs and the Pelicans tonight. And we've got, let's see, College Station was on the Bucks there. I think that's what that says. Here's Thomas is on San Antonio here. Blue says, was there any steam in this game with the Spurs and the Pelicans? Good question there, Blue. Yeah, there was a total over here. The steam has come in on the over. You see it there too. It was 237, I think, when I put the graphic in late last night, and up a couple of points here today to 239.5. Quentin Hallis just beat Andrei Rublev there in a little bit of an upset there. All right, Blue Pelicans team total over here for Blue. College Station says take the Spurs. James Parham, first half over. Good morning to Daddy Beats. Twisted is on the Spurs. Robert's on the under here. All right. I'll get ready to make my call. I gotta respect what Robert's saying there, but man, I might be more respecting what this total. I can't believe it's going up this high. I agree with Robert, but I might be saving that for a premium here, is what it feels like right now. All right, I'm taking the Pelicans here at home as my pick here on the show, but don't worry, Robert. That total, I don't know if I can pass on this thing going up. I don't trust it at all. I don't think it is going to be that type of look. We just saw it, right? What was it? 210 points the other night. So why is it going to go over here now all of a sudden? Yeah, New Orleans 18-10 to the over at home. Spurs 15-11 to the over on the road. But as a dog, the Spurs are 17-19 to the under. And even though the Pelicans 34-24 this season, as a favorite, they're just 34-24 to the over this season. As a favorite, they're just 7-6 to the over. So I'm going to take the Pelicans. But probably know what I'm talking about there when it comes to the total, it feels like. All right. I'm taking the Pelicans, though, to win the game anyway. All right, I just heard some steam come in here. What do we got? We got some hockey totals steam today. Wow. Flyers, Penguins, steam here to the under. Maybe full disclosure here. This is my play later on. Flyers and Penguins to the under. So it's, 6, but I think it's going down here to 5.5. It'll still be juiced to the over, and you can always buy it up to 6 or whatever, but it's definitely down to 5.5 over 20 or so right now. Penguins, Flyers, steam to the under for sure here this morning. Also, just moments ago, Maple Leafs and Bruins. Steam to the under here in this one. Steam to the under here. Maple Leafs and Bruins. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Steam to the over. Let me start over. Uh, this also another one where this is my pick here on the show is over. That's why I sounded so inquisitive there for a moment. But the steam is definitely coming in on the over here with the Maple Leafs and the Bruins. Uh, Mostly 5.5 over 30 now, or 6 under 15, 6 under 20. So my play is going to be on the over when we get there in that game between the Maple Leafs and the Bruins. Nasty Nate says the Bruins will smash here today against the Maple Leafs. Blue likes the Bruins as well. We're not even previewing that game yet, guys. I don't mind if you want to get your play in when I talk about it. That's important because the move is coming in right then, right? So we want to make sure we get our play in there. Also, just moments ago, we did see some more college basketball steam, and it's on Pitt. Pitt just took the steam here in their matchup. They were an 8-point favorite, but right now it's going up. And it's going up to 8.5, maybe even 9 here in their game with Georgia Tech tonight. Pitt is taking the action right now, taking the steam against Georgia Tech. Also, Georgia Southern taking the steam here just moments ago in their matchup against Appalachian State. It was 2.5, but it's down to 1.5 here right now with Georgia Southern taking the steam against App State. All right. And Law Dog says he likes the Leafs in that other one. All right. Here is I said that, the Cavaliers and the Magic was a sneaky good game. I mean, we all know what the big game of the night is here tonight. And whether or not it turns out to be a good game, it doesn't matter. The storylines abound here tonight with Dallas taking on the Lakers here. We don't need a preview. We don't need we do need our trends. We need our line moves and all that, but we know everything else is taken care of. Just a matter of how you want to perceive this. Look, the world is on the Lakers tonight. I don't think I want to be on the Lakers. Remember, it's Dallas is the team that's, covered every game so far since the trade has happened. Except the last game, of course. But I mean, nonetheless, they were the team on a roll since the trade of Luka. Now they did get blown out in that game against the Warriors, 126 to 102 last time out a couple of nights ago. Meanwhile, the Lakers have figured it out here maybe a little bit. They got the money. They got the big blowout win at Denver. Hey, I had the Lakers in that game at Denver, and they won at Portland as well and got the money. They were struggling a little bit, definitely, with the trade and getting everybody back in the lineup and doing what they want to do. But this is the one we've been waiting for here, right, for a couple of days to see who's going to take this one. You've got LeBron here. He is probable for the game. I think if it wasn't the Mavericks, this would be the kind of day, this would be the rest day, it feels like. For Dallas here, Dwight Powell is doubtful in this game. PJ Washington is questionable. The two teams met back on January 7th, but I don't know if it matters now. Dallas won that game 118 to 97. How is it going to go tonight? So far, I mean, I don't know what you guys have seen or if you've been watching any of these shows. I can't find many people on Dallas. I don't want the Lakers in this game. No chance do I want the Lakers. Maybe they will. Maybe Luke will be so fired up. He'll have a couple of In-N-Out burgers before the game, and he'll be ready to go. Here we go. I'm going to go to your picks already. I'll get some trends together, maybe talk about who does what, but Lakers have been covering here. Thomas is on the Lakers. Twisted's on the Mavs. Blue says Lakers team total over. And also Blues talking about Gafford here. Terrell says we've been waiting for this one for weeks. And Thomas says they looked good in that game against Denver, but they were highly motivated. The thing I said about that game, right, with the Lakers getting those points, I mean, you're still going to have to deal with these two guys, whether or not you match up with them or not. The two guys, meaning Luka and LeBron. All right, Fernando on the Mavs here. And he says +9, and it is +9. You're right, Fernando. Wow. And the total's up to 232, by the way. Let me update that. We don't need fancy graphics coming in here. We got me typing it in. All right. 9 and 232. Wow. Like I said, the whole world, it feels like here on the Lakers. I just don't know how else to put it. Now, as far as the totals here is concerned, you still have Dallas, pretty big over team for sure, 18 and 11 to the over on the road, 19 and 12 to the over as an underdog. But again, it's going to be more about, how things play out from here with the new look and whatnot. Yeah, the Dallas injury factor and what. So, but that total moving higher here for sure. All right. A few more in the chat here. Hello to Terrell. I would hope he would also, but I don't know if he would. I don't know if if he ever endeared himself. Poor AD. Guys, I think he's a Hall of Famer. Twisted says, don't mind. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Is taking the over here right now on my pick. But man, it is pretty high, it feels like, but I feel like it is an over here. All right, Law Dog, it's the Law. Lakers first half, wine time. Good morning. Great. Saw wine time there yesterday. Great show. All right. Thank you, Blue. Take care. We'll see you later. Oh, he's going with me. I thought he's going with me. He's going with me on this one. Yeah. Well, and again, I'm not even giving it. If you're talking about the side in this game, I'm not officially giving it out, but I think it's obvious that I'm going to be not on the Lakers. Hey, I'm a Lakers fan. Yeah, for whatever reason, right? And I don't want to keep harping back on this. Time will only tell, and I'm not making any excuses for the. Action Jackson says, you got AD still out. Yeah, no, he's out long. Right now, it is a big issue. There's no doubt about it. We're not going to see AD here for quite some time, but I think he will be at the at the game. Maybe not, though. You're right. Maybe not. Maybe he will not be at the game. All right. So we see this move up to 232 here in this one. And I'm going to end up playing the total here, and I'm going to go over with the Mavs and the Lakers here as my play on the show. And I'm going to be on the side for sure. Okay, here we go. Right, Thomas, because he'll want to go see the guys or whatever. But the thing is, he's not going to be playing on this trip here. Okay, here we go. All right, that's it for that one, you guys. Thank you. As long as you guys got your plays in, here we go. A few more here. Okay. No. All right, Hornets and the Warriors. Well, This one's up to 17, and this one's getting slammed lower for sure. Down to 220.5 here. 2.5 point move to the under here in this one. The steam came in on the Warriors. The steam came in on the under here in this one. And I was already surprised, I think, by where that total kind of opened up. Right now, though, real quick, want to mention this since this is kind of a bummer game. The New York Rangers are getting steamed here right now in their matchup against the Islanders. The Rangers were an underdog, but they're favored now. They were minus $1.05, but they're up to $1.15, probably going up to $1.20. The Rangers here on the road are taking the steam right now against the Islanders. It was mostly a pick 'em, but BetOnline has now moved to the Rangers as the favorite. And that's probably going to make my card anyways, I think. My sports money premium. All right. We get the preview started here with this one. The Hornets on the road here. Coming in here, 14-42. They've gotten blown out a couple of times already on this road trip. Lost to Sacramento by 42 points. They lost to Portland by 53. How good is my math? Also, lost to Denver, but they actually got the money in that one in a similar spot. They were getting 18 points there against Denver. They're getting 17 here today. They also won and covered against the Lakers, 197, getting 13 points here on this road trip so far. So 5th game of the road trip here for the Hornets coming into this one. And the total, like I said, dropped down here to 220.5. That's Hornet territory. It all has become about the Hornets, really, in some of this bad offense, right? They're 16-33 to the under as an underdog, which is not all of their games. In fact, as a favorite, they're actually 4-2 to the over. So as a dog, it's usually an under here. And Golden State, they come in here having covered 6 of their last 10 games overall, but man, all of a sudden, they're kind of talking up their chemistry. They think that the situation with Jimmy Butler, this is going to be a good situation for them. And why not? Why not sell it on that? Even though I kind of want to take the fade train on them a little bit long term, and I don't know if I can do it here in this one with these two, but I'm going to have to pick the side for sure because I still want to kind of ride this Hornets train to the under, especially when you got 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. They meet just twice per year, but 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams here in Golden State, at Golden State, have gone under as well. Let's go to the chat here and see. I don't know if the series history means a lot, but the Warriors haven't, the Hornets haven't been good for years. We know that. Okay, so blue, and now we can make that prediction of Warriors by 27. Thomas says Golden State wins. There's Law Dog going with the Islanders in that other game. Here's Action Jackson says Hornets team total under 101.5, and the Warriors lay the points. Andrew G said, I guess they did score 88 points in back-to-back games. Wow. I love sitting here an hour into the show, and we're down a couple grand over here in the old stock market. Way to go. Way to go. Gonna have to win here tonight. All right. Let's see here. What is Andrew saying? The Hawks are playing defense there. Miles Bridges. Here's the only guy getting going. Now, who was it though last night? I saw somebody with. I'm trying to remember now. All right, James Parham says Golden State trifecta here. I think is what he's got, and it's hard. I mean, right? Robert's going with the under. Yeah, I mean, I'm going with the under for sure. But I'm going to pick the side on the show because I want to go with the under as a premium, if you know what I mean. So, all right, let me make the call here for my pick on the side here in this one. I mean, I just don't. I'm gonna take the Hornets here. I think I'm gonna end up taking the Hornets here again. But man, they just keep losing these games by such wide margins. Oh boy. All right, I'm sheepishly gonna take the Hornets one more time, and I'll take 17 points here. But trust, I'm on the total in this one, you guys. All right. And look, Terrell says that maybe Butler is meeting his match here. Maybe a guy like Draymond will whip him into shape, right, Terrell? Is that what you're saying? And Blue says, "Don't do it, Ramon. Don't do it. Don't take the Hornets. They've scored 88 points in the last two games and just lost by a combined 94 points or something. Maybe it's more than that." All right, you're right, Blue, but I can't help myself, I guess, when I see those big points. Okay, that's it. Let's go to hockey here and keep the show rolling right now. We got a big card, so we got to check it out and get going here with the Hurricanes taking on the Canadiens. In this one, let's get rolling on the ice. Tonight, Hurricanes already, I think, have taken the steam here in this one. They might be much higher than this, actually. They're up to 220 here at some spots, and the total is still pretty much six flat, showing them. Yeah, I think it's six flat for the most part, but they've definitely moved higher here, the Hurricanes, up to 220. Up to 220 or so here in this one. Starting to see maybe a little bit of a move to the over here. One book, 6.5 under 35, but that's kind of the equivalent of 6 over 15 or so right now. So for Montreal, they have been dominated in this series for sure. I know that. Let me look it up here. They never beat these guys. Carolina's won 12 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams, 18 of the last 21 meetings overall. Carolina dominates the Canadiens, but Carolina's lost 4 of their last 5 games overall. Montreal, they've lost 8 of their last 11. Long gone are those days when I was hyped up on the Canadiens a little bit, but nonetheless, Carolina 29-22 as a favorite. Got to look to the puck line a little bit in this one with the $2 price. Montreal 30-20 as an underdog. As a puck line on the puck line as an underdog. Carolina just 10-19 on the puck line road. See what you guys have in this one with Carolina. I don't know if I'm liking that price too much here, but here comes a few plays anyway. Let's see. We got William Dryman says take Montreal on the puck line, but Blue says take Carolina on the puck line. Cash Kane in the chat. Oh, Twisted got all of his plays here. Let me list that here and keep it up there for a second. Twisted, thank you for typing all these in. I'm going to leave it up there on screen. You've done a nice job there to give us a bunch of plays, so I'm not going to rush it. Take a look at some of those plays from Twisted. App State, Northwestern, Davidson, Illinois, Virginia Tech, South Carolina, and LSU. All right, Robert likes the under here in this one with the Canadiens And the Hurricanes. Yeah, I mean, Carolina's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games on the road. Here, Montreal, a little bit of an under team at home for sure. These two teams have already gone under in the last 2. Oh, those meetings were last year, though. This is the first meeting of the season between these two teams. Wow. All right. So, give me the under here in this one. I'll hook up there with Robert and go under in this one with Carolina and Montreal. Next up is the Ducks and the Sabres in this one. You've got the Sabres, $1.95, 6.5 under 25 here in this one. Anaheim had their winning streak come to an end last time out against the Red Wings, 5-4, but they still played pretty well in that game. They came back, is what happened in that game, and kind of gave the Red Wings a scare. I think it went to overtime or a shootout or something like that. So, yeah, the Ducks have had a pretty good trip here, actually, winning 2 of their last 3 and getting the puck line each and every time, like they seemingly always do. For the Sabres here, they're in off of a win over the Rangers to open up their ledger out of the break. Sabres come in here right now with a record of 23, 27, and 5. The Ducks are 25, 24, and 7 coming in here. Anaheim, man, getting the puck line every single time right now, it feels like. So I'm probably just going to trust them again. Now, I think the books are kind of onto it a little bit, even though they're nearly a $2 favorite. You still got to lay here. Minus $1.55 to take the Ducks. Buffalo's gone over in 26-2 to the over at home. Anaheim's still a consistent under for the most part, 19-35-2 to the under. Ducks are an under team, and Sabres are an over team. That's just the way it is, it feels like right now. Let's go to the chat, get your plays in this one. And see what you got here, chat. Start with Ducks, puck line, cash cane right there. Minus $1.55 or so. Action Jackson says Sabres, look, at home they're not great, right? Sabres at home, they're costing you almost a third of a unit per game. Super True, hello, nice to have you here. William Dryman says Ducks puck line. Blue says first period over. And Robert, he likes the over. And also over first period there. Okay, gotcha. All right. I'll make my call here in this one. These two teams have met already once this season at Anaheim. Buffalo won that one 3-2. I'm taking the Ducks here on the puck line today for sure. I'll take them at minus $1.55 on that puck line. I just got to do it. 9 out of 10. That's pretty good run. And they, like I said, they somehow found a way to get that puck line against the Red Wings after they were trailing pretty much by 2, I thought, in that game. Okay. Next up is, one more comment here. Buffalo and the over, says College Stacy's guessing. Flames, I don't mind. Guessing is fine. Flames and Capitals here with Capitals minus 210 Total 5.5 over 35 here in this one. Capitals, look, yeah, I'll fire up the goalie computer here a little bit. I know I didn't have it on for the first two games, but still, you've got uh, Thompson here, it says, in goal today. So why wouldn't it be a pretty good day to try to take the Caps here against Dustin Wolf, who's done a really good job here this year. Maybe he's been overlooked really for how good he's been, but still a $2 favorite here in this one for Washington, coming in here off of a couple of victories out of the break over Pittsburgh and Edmonton. Remember, Washington was hot before then as well. They're 18-4. Here at home right now, Calgary just 12-22 as an underdog. Seeing some steam here real quick on another hockey game right now, the game between Chicago and Utah. Seeing steam come in right now to the over in this one with Chicago and Utah. This one's going to end up going up to 6.5 here. It feels like it will be juiced to the under, but right now we're seeing the steam come in here, and already DraftKings 6.5 under 25, South Point 6.5 under 15, the Station 6.5 under 20, and Circa 6.5 under 12. Some of the books here in Vegas moving this one definitely to the under here right now. I mean to the over. Juice to the under, but the move is to the over in the Chicago and Utah game. All right. Let's keep it moving here right now with the game between the Flames and the Caps tonight. Washington has covered the puck line in 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams. The teams did meet back on January 28th. It was 3-1. The Caps got that win at home, obviously, as a favorite. And I don't mind the matchup here, certainly for them, but I'm probably going to end up going with the under as my play. Calgary's gone under in 6 of their last 8 games. Washington's gone under in 8 of their last. Let's see here. That's not right. Washington's been going over every game here at this point. Yeah, Washington's been going over every. It doesn't matter. I'm still going under, but Washington here, yeah, over in 5 straight games here right now. They won 7-3 over Edmonton, 8-3 over Pittsburgh. Man, they're looking good, aren't they? But I'm still going with the under here as my play at 6. Are seeing a little bit of 5.5s out there. DraftKings 5.5 over 30, but I'm taking the under here in this one with Calgary and Washington. All right, let's see if the chat has to say in this one. Probably should have went to the chat first. Cash Key and Caps money line. Super True took Buffalo there. That's his play of the day. Buffalo over. Is that a bear though? Buffalo bear. Andrew says Wolf is good, but better at home. Yeah, it's just a matter of though his growth as a goaltender. Flames with the over there, says College Station. Blues going with the over there. And Andrew says he doesn't understand why anybody would bet this game this early. I think a lot has to do with making sure, well, I know why I am, because I have a show at this hour, but hey, Florida is getting steamed here right now. We're going to be getting to this game here a little bit in just a moment, but the steam is coming in right now on Florida and Nashville over. It was 5.5 for the most part, and I think it was 5.5 heavily juiced. I know that, but right now, seeing 6 flat at Circa, 6 under 15 right now at Bovada. So steam here to the over Florida and Nashville. All right. And next up, I'm on the under in that one. Okay, next up is the Stars and the Blue Jackets. Kind of got a contrast here with the Stars. Big favorite, $1.80 total, 6.5 under 25 in this one. With the Stars here on the road. Stars have won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams coming in, but still dealing with the Columbus Blue Jackets team that is absolutely the best team at home in making money this season. You're getting a profit of over a half a unit per game when you bet on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Dallas is a bit of a break-even proposition on the road. They've won 3 straight games, however, coming in over the Islanders, New Jersey, and San Jose, all on the road, but only these last 2 have been on the road. Still, it's been tough work for Dallas. They were on a road trip leading into the break, and then because of the I'm not sure why they were on the road. They were on a road trip leading into the break, and they opened the second half of the season here on a road trip as well. So it's been a little bit tough. But Columbus is coming in off of a win over Chicago, their first game out of the break. They were on a losing streak, remember, going into the break, but they've been hanging in there. They've been covering puck lines for sure. So why wouldn't they cover a puck line here? I mean, they're 21-7 against the puck line at home, pretty darn good. Meanwhile, Dallas is just 10-19 on the puck line on the road. Now, we're on to Columbus. I mean, they're laying $1.70, $1.75 here on this puck line today, but it feels like that's kind of the direction I want to go with these guys. But I kind of like it's a premium, so. Let me peek at the total here a little bit in this one, and maybe I can mix it up. All right, here we go. Dallas here is 14-29 to the under as a favorite, but of late, I mean, Dallas has definitely been going over here in a lot of games. Of late. I mean, Columbus is already an over, 19-9 to the over at home this season, but 3-7 to the under in their last 10 games coming in. So I don't know if Dallas is going over right now. That might just tend to, shift it here, and maybe even Dallas can go over in this one. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. With T Moss, good morning. Hello to T Moss. Blue says, give me the Stars on the puck line. And Stars and over for College Station. Here's Blue says Columbus, I believe, plus 1.5. Action Jackson says first period, Columbus, team total over in the first period there. Cash Kane says Stars, puck line. Robert's on the over here. I'm on the over as well.
It's been playing.
In fact, I kind of, with that high price, maybe I should be using Columbus as a premium, but we've just been making so much, or as a free play, but we've been making so much money with them, it feels like. Still, I like this over too. All right, let's do it. I'm going to end up here. I'm going to take the Jackets here on the puck line just because it's minus $1.70, $1.75. I'm going to put this one as kind of the play on the show, the free play, if you know what I mean. And then I'm gonna end up on that total for sure. I'm pretty sure with the premiums. Look, if I'm struggling in college basketball, we're still going to be hitting it pretty good. We've definitely been okay, and then some over the weekend on the pro sports since the All-Star break. College, I don't know. That's supposed to be my best. It's like, why are we're winning on some of the. I got to rank the picks right, is what it is. Okay, here we go. I'm having a problem with the graphics machine here. Okay, here we go. Maybe I should restart the computer every day instead of the thing hanging here. Maple Leafs and Bruins. We just saw some moves on this game, right? The steam came in on the over here with the Maple Leafs and the Bruins. We saw uh, poster Nasty Nate. He's on the Bruins. Did see just a steam move here in college basketball, real quick, if I can squeeze one in. Ohio U in their game against Western Michigan. It was 5.5, but now it's up to 6.5. Ohio U is taking the steam here against Western Michigan today in the MAC. All right, we got to move it along here with the Maple Leafs and the Bruins right now. Get your thoughts on this one with Boston here coming in. Oh, pardon me, gang. Seem to have misplaced my notes. All right. Boston comes in here on a 3-game losing streak right now coming into this one. Now, just one of them has been after the break. It was a game against the Ducks. Bruins lost that game 3-2 last time out. Toronto's played twice out of the break so far, winning them both against Chicago and against Carolina. Here to keep it rolling right now with the Maple Leafs on the road, and look, their favorite here, $1.50 right now in the total. For the most part, six under, maybe 5.5 over in this one. Like I said, that steam came in on the over, and still, even with the steam coming in on the over, we still see some 5.5s out there. Now, it might be laying minus $1.30, might be laying minus $1.35, but still seems a reasonably low number here in this one. All right, let me see what you guys have. I mean, I kind of want to play that as my premium. I'm going to go right now with the over. And I'll believe it. I'm going to move it up here to 6, but you can get, because that's a little 5.5 over 25. That was a little old. I'll put 6 under 15. I'm going to call it 155. Kind of put my little spin on it there a little bit. If you can see through the move on the Maple Leafs here and the total moving higher, you can grade me at 6 under 15. But there were plenty of 5. If you want to take those 5.5s at minus $1.30, minus $1.35 in hockey, I'm definitely willing to put a little on both. It's not like a basketball or a football game where the score can vary. I mean, in hockey, the score is going to be 3-2, 4-2, 3-1, 4-1, 5 you know what I mean. So, anyways, I'm going to go over here in this one with Toronto and the Bruins. These two teams did meet back on the 4th of January. It was 6-4. Toronto won that game. Toronto also won an earlier meeting 4-0 at home. So, and they won the last two. And I'm going to go here, though, with the over as my pick. Let me go to the chat. I should have went with you guys first here, I think, in this one. We've got Cash Kane on the Bruins. Irish King on the Bruins. Good morning to Justin here today. William Dryman, though, he likes the under. Action Jackson on the Bruins. And College Station says, give me Toronto and the over here with the Toronto on a little bit of a win streak right now. Out of the break, yep. Okay, and first period over for Blue. All right. Oh, man. I'm watching some tennis here with you guys. Okay, let's keep it moving right now with the Penguins and the Flyers. Oh, boy. Flyers here minus $1.45 right now. I want to call it maybe $1.35 right now. Looks like there's been a slight move on Pittsburgh here. Let's take 10 cents off, call it $1.35 right now. Total is, we said the steam came in on the under here, and right now it is much lower than this. 5.5 over 30, more like 5.5 over 20, maybe even 5.5 over 15 here in some spots. So definitely move to the under here on some widely reported steam. I'm already committed to the under. I already said it here. When the move was coming in, I said we're going to need the under. So give me the under in this one between Pittsburgh and Philly. We'll give a few notes out, let you guys make the call, but Pittsburgh has gone under in 5 straight games on the road coming into this one. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under when they've met in Philadelphia. I'm showing Nedeljkovic and Urson here expected in goal. Nedeljkovic, a 3.06 goals against average. Urson, 2.81 goals against average. Not, terrific, but Urson is confirmed in here. He didn't really have a lot of action in that last game. In that Philly win last time out, 6-3, they won the game against Edmonton, of course, but he only stopped 15 shots. All right. So Urson, though, he's been improved of late, coming in at 2.32 goals against in his last 15 games, going 10-4-1 in those games. And Philadelphia beat Pittsburgh last time out 3-2 back on February the 8th at Philly. So I'm going to take the under here in this one, and you'll grade me at 5.5 over. Boy, you don't see usually when maybe I'm old school, but when you think of Flyers and Penguins, remember the old days when sometimes the total would even be 7? Like remember the Flyers and the Penguins, man, it'd be 7 all the time. 7 under 30, 7 under 35. That was only like 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, it feels like. Let's go to the chat and see if you have any picks for the Penguins and the Flyers. William Dryman says Flyers. I think College Station might be going under here. Cash Kane's on the Penguins. And William says he'll lay the Flyers puck line for that plus money. And hello to Spoons. Thank you for coming by, Spoons. All right, I'm on the under here in this one. Pittsburgh and Philly next up. Oh, boy, look at this one. Oilers and Lightning. The Lightning come in here right now, favored, of course. No, they're not. I was going to say they're minus $1.15, but I think it's a pick 'em pretty much everywhere. Maybe, just maybe, the Lightning are the slightest of favorites at a few spots out there right now. Maybe we can call it $1.15 or so here in this one. The Lightning come in red hot, even if they had to get interrupted by the break. They won their first game out of the break at home against Seattle 4-1, but they're on a winning streak right now, Lightning. Here coming into this one, let's see, I want to say it's been 6 in a row, I think. No, maybe just 5 in a row here right now. I'm trying to figure it out with the All-Star break there, or the Four Nations break that came in. But, Tampa Bay, now these teams only meet twice a year, and I don't know, this could be a Stanley Cup potential final, I guess. But I don't think the Oilers would like that. Tampa Bay's beaten the Oilers 10 out of the last 11 meetings between these two teams. Edmonton's gone over in 5 of their last 6. They've gone over in 7 of their last 9 games on the road. Tampa Bay is kind of an under team, 11-15 to the under at home, but Edmonton putting up those goals of late for sure. Now they are on a losing streak here coming in. Edmonton has lost their first 2 games out of the break here on this road trip to Philadelphia and to Washington, and they've given up 13 goals in those 2 games. So, what is going on here with the Oilers? You got Skinner in here, 2.81 goals against. Vasilevsky, 2.27 goals against here in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in this game. Right now, I'm showing 6.5 juiced to the over here at minus 15, maybe even minus $1.20 here at this point. I'll put it minus 15 or so, but there we go. Let's call it. So I'll jack it up here a little bit because I'm going to end up on the over. Now, it does seem like handicappers are preferring the under in this game today, at least what I saw overnight. Let's go to the chat here and see if you guys have anything in this one. Thanks, Spoons. Appreciate you stopping by. Okay. College Station says the Penguins struggling on their power play right now. Cash Kane says he'll take point to score, but it is an Oilers spot. Blue says this is an over, Ramon. You got it right. It's over all day. Okay, good, because like I said, to me, I've seen some handicappers out there. You know, I like to watch the content as I'm handicapping, listening to guys, and I felt like they were kind of going under. Robert's on the Lightning here, and he's on the over as well. I think College Station is saying Lightning, nope. I don't know if that's an endorsement. Okay, he's saying Oilers because he just said McDavid right there. Could this be a Stanley Cup Finals preview? Does anybody? Tampa Bay, they're always, they're always sneaking up on you, aren't they? All right, I'm going over in this one. Next up are the Rangers and the Islanders. We've got the big one here, the battle of the teams from New York. And another pick'em, is that right? Well, I think the Rangers are favored. We just got to update. We were here just moments ago. We called out the steam. There we go. As the move came in on the Rangers here, total is, I'll call it 6. Yep. I'll call it 6 here, this one. For the Rangers here with the Shesterkin likely in goal here, minus $1.15 right now on the total. 6, maybe even juiced a little bit to the over here at minus 115 already. How about that? The Islanders come in here having lost so far their first game out of the break to extend their losing streak to 3 games. They lost to Dallas 4-3 at home. We had Dallas in that game. For the Rangers here, Sorokin is confirmed for the Islanders, 2.79 goals against. He's 20-17. Shesterkin, 19-20 with a 2.9 goals against average. Rangers with a win and a loss out of the break so far. They beat Pittsburgh 5-3 last time out. Islanders here have gone over in 3 straight games right now. Those 3 losses, basically, they gave up 14 goals in those games. So see what you guys have in this one. I got to respect the steam. It feels like to me, even with this little bit of a skid here right now for the, I say skid for the Rangers, but it's the Islanders have lost 3 in a row. All right, let me go to the chat here. Take a look what you guys have in this one. Not much, maybe here. College Station Isles in the under. Blue, maybe he's going under here. Cash Game, not fond of this one. All right. Like I said, I like that steam. So take a look at that. I'm gonna pivot to the total here, I think, a little bit. These two teams met back on November the 3rd. It was 5-2. Rangers won that one. All right, let's see here. Nope, that's it from you guys. Not much on this one tonight with the Islanders and the Rangers. Okay, I'm going to go to the total here for sure in this one, I think. Give you guys one moment here to chime in. All right. I'm going over in this one with the Islanders. Nobody's touching this game, I think. So give me the over in this one at 6. You can call it over minus 115. That's okay. Islanders have gone over in 3 straight here right now coming in. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Our Rangers have gone over in 5 straight games on the road. 3 straight overall. So give me the over in this one. Next up, Panthers, Predators. All right. Here you have Panthers coming into this one. Favorite on the road, of course, minus $1.50. 5.5 over, minus $1.25 or so. Both teams come in off of a loss. Florida lost their first game out of the break by the score of 2-1 against Seattle at home. Nashville, meanwhile, got shut out last time out by the Devils 5-0. They did beat Colorado in their first game out of the break. So for Nashville here, they've won 6 of their last 9 games at home coming into this one. They're trying to get back into the race. They're 9 games under 500. They've really got to go right now. They can't afford to lose any games, it feels like, for Nashville. What did we see? Boy, let me think of it. Let me look. I have to look it up here. Wasn't there just some news here for Sabres here within the last couple of days or something? Okay. No, I guess not. All right. I maybe it was something after the his appearance at the Four Nations or something. I thought there was some news with Saros there out of the break here. Anyways, for Florida here, big favorite on the road. Why wouldn't they handle these guys right now? I really appreciate what Mike is saying right now about Nashville starting to come back here and get involved in this, but I don't know right now. Florida's won 7 of the last 9 trips into here. Covered puck lines as well quite frequently against these guys. Last meeting was 6-2. Florida won at home against the Predators. They've kind of dominated this series for the most part. Florida's won 9 of last 10 over Nashville when they're coming in off of a loss, similar to the spot they're in right here. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in this game. It was 5.5 over 25, but I think we're seeing mostly 6s out there right now. And so I think we should update it to at least put a 6 up there. All right, there we go. So still a pretty lofty number here, but I probably can't get on this Nashville team. They're costing you, they're a losing proposition at home, 14-11 at home, but they've been favored a little bit. And they're 6-16 straight up as an underdog. They've lost here 7 out of their last 10 games, won 2 of their last 3. But still, Florida 17-11 on the road, 27-18 as a favorite. All right, let's see what you guys have in the chat, if anything. Nashville has gone over in 8 of their last 12 games overall. At home, they do tend to maybe get a few overs there. Let's see what you got in the chat. Whoever's texting me, I'll be done in half an hour. In case you didn't know, I have a very popular YouTube sports betting show with about 70 people watching me. All right, William Dryman's on the Panthers here. All right, Robert here is on the under. Blue says Florida, money line parlay. Put them in the money line parlay there. Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm going to say, I think I'm going to look to the side there a little bit. And just give me the over here in this one. It's up to 6, so it's going to have to be my free play. The free play you didn't know you needed. Give me the over with Florida and Nashville.
Team playing.
Couple more here, and we'll move on to the college basketball. We've got the Red Wings taking on the Wild here in this one. Look at the Red Wings here. They're an underdog, but the move is on the Red Wings for sure. Like I said, that steam came in on Detroit here, moved this one down to about $1.20 or so. And the total here, I'm showing it currently at mostly 5.5 over. All right, there you go. So Red Wings have been one of the hottest teams in the league. Now, they have lost 2 of their last 3 games overall, including their first one out of the break to this Minnesota Wild team, as Minnesota won on the road 4-3 in that game. Teams also met back in December. Minnesota won that one 6-3. Detroit did win at home 4-1 back. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm looking back. I can't even keep it straight. Oh yeah. Remember, we talked about this the other night. That's right. This was the meeting that they had the other night was the first meeting in more than a full calendar year between the two teams. So Detroit got the win 4-3. It was the first time they'd actually met in 14 months. A little bit of college basketball steam here real quick, if I may. Wyoming and Nevada steam to the under here. It was 134.5, going down to 133 here right now with Wyoming and Nevada steam to the under. All right, so Minnesota was able to get that win there, but like I said, for whatever reason here, Detroit is taking the steam here today. And we'll get some of your plays, and everything's beeping off here. I have all these bells and whistles to make it look like I'm extremely important here. Minnesota's won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams at home. Minnesota dominates. They've also covered the puck line in those 7 victories, 7-1 on the puck line as well. Detroit's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games on the road. Coming into this one, Detroit is 10-16 to the under on the road overall, 16-23 to the under as an underdog. Detroit's covered the puck line in 5 straight games on the road, but you have to lay over $2 here on this puck line today, I believe. So let's see what you guys might have in this one right now with the Red Wings and the Wild. With Cash Kane says Wild money line, take Larkin to get a goal. Blue says Wild money line, parlay it with Florida. Irish King says Detroit squandering those leads they've been getting. Irish King says take Minnesota. And College Station says I've got Minnesota in a shutout. Go with the under. All right, I might just do that. I think I will be going to the total in this game here because I think I was pretty locked in on what I was going to do with this game. So, all right, I will try the under here in this one with Detroit and Minnesota as my play here on the show. All right. Couple more here and let's go to the Kraken and the Blues. In this one, you've got the Blues favored here, minus $1.45, total 5.5 flat for the most part. Blues come in here off of a win over Colorado 3-1. They lost to Winnipeg first game out of the break. Meanwhile, Seattle 1-1 also out of the break. They beat Florida, lost to Tampa Bay coming into this one, but still the move here has been on the Blues a little bit, it feels like. We're about a 15-cent move so far, $1.30, maybe up to $1.45 or so here in this one. St. Louis has won 4 out of the last 5 meetings between the two teams here in St. Louis. Seattle's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games overall. Also, Seattle's gone under in 5 straight on the road coming into this one. St. Louis just 4-10 as a puck line favorite this season. Seattle 22-17 as a puck line dog. Got to lay a price there to take that puck line on Seattle, but nonetheless. See what you guys have in this one with Seattle and St. Louis. Binnington looks like he will be the goalie in there today. We don't have it confirmed yet, but it could be. Gustafsson was confirmed back there for Minnesota. I don't know if we went over all these confirmed goalies. Elvis in there for the Blue Jackets today. Montembeault in there for Montreal. Pekka Luukkonen likely to start for Buffalo tonight. I think that was it. All right, Kraken and Blues here. See what you have in this one. In the chat, we got. I'm going to start here with William Dryman. I think this is under here. Blue is on. Wait a minute. I don't think Blue's on the Blues. Oh, you might have been talking Blackhawks there. Cash Kane on the Kraken. And Blue likes the under. Oh, puck line. I think Blue's saying that was the puck line price there. Yeah. Blue says Kraken playing a lot better here. Well, yeah. Look, they won that game against Calgary before the break. Start off with a good game against Florida there with that 2-1. Did lose Tampa Bay last time out. Mikey Money here today. He loves the under here in this one with the Kraken and the Blues. And College Station also says go under in this one. Yeah, Seattle's gone under in 5 straight on the road. Blues are 10-18-2 to the under at home. So probably just do what you guys tell me at this point. There it is. Mikey says loves the under. All right, I'll do it. I'm desperate for a win. Give me the under here with the Kraken and the Blues as my pick here on the morning steam show. All right, one more here. Not a great game. So, Blue went with Florida. Florida and Minnesota, 2-team parlay right there, money line parlay. All right. Blackhawks, Utah here in this one. Utah minus 250. Gosh, Utah minus 250. In fact, it's even higher than that. It's 270 here right now, and the total 6.5 under at minus $1.20 or so. Let's update the lines. There we go with Mrazek and Ingram. The likely starters here today. Some talk that it could be Connor Ingram in there. What did I say? Oh, that's what I have. Okay. Ingram and Mrazek in there today, it looks like. Chicago comes in there with a 3-game losing streak. Lost 2 games here out of the break so far. Lost to Columbus 5-1. Lost to Toronto 5-2. Chicago's in poor form here right now for sure. But Utah comes in here. They haven't been great, but they did beat Vancouver last time out 2-1. They were actually favored in that game over the Canucks. And I think it was on the Canucks in that one. They did lose to the Kings 5-3 in the first game out of the break. Chicago's not doing too well on some of these puck lines. Now, they haven't been favored too often, but they've been favored enough. 6-19. That's a puck line favorite so far this season. Chicago 20-24 here as a puck line dog. See what you guys have in this one here. Utah's gone under in 5 straight games at home right now. Meanwhile, Chicago's gone over in 4 of their last 5. 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. The widely reported steam came in on the over here. Still mostly 6 overs, like I said, but there's some 6.5s out there as well. And let me update. Let me do that. Let me update the line here a little bit because I want to go over in this one. So I'm going to make it 6.5 juiced to the under at minus $1.20, and I'll take over. So give me the tough line there, and I'll take over in this one with Chicago and Utah, and that'll be my play here on the morning steam. Now, both these teams kind of trend under. Chicago on the road, 10-16 to the 11-16 to the under on the road. Utah 10-16 to the under at home. I'm going to go over here in this one. Here comes some plays from the chat. No, it's just Blue. Blue's got the under here. Okay, I guess that's it for the hockey. We're going to go to college basketball, where I've just seen a steam move come in on the game between TCU and West Virginia. Seeing some steam here in this one coming in on the under with TCU and West Virginia was 129. We're down to 128. I think if you had to look at any two teams on this card that were probably ticketed for an under, it might be that game, huh? Although the series history is pretty much all overs. Well, good thing we're not previewing that game. It's scheduled to be on my premium card, but I'll have to reassess maybe here now. Okay, let's go to college basketball here. And I've lined up just top games today for sure. Look, the mid-majors, the games just aren't, maybe aren't significant enough. I don't think we have any, championship games on the line here really today. We don't have a lot of small conference action. This is all the MAC. The MAC schedule is not interesting at all today. Okay, here we go. Let's start it off with. We got the Joe T special here. We got Northwestern taking on, is that right? No, this would be it, is it? We've got Northwestern and Minnesota here to start us off with The Gophers favored by 3, total 131. Here in this one, Minnesota here comes in right now with a record of 14-13. Northwestern 14-13 as well, coming into this one. You got Minnesota. They've won 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams here at Minnesota. Minnesota's gone over in 7 of their last 8 games at home coming in here. Also, 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Northwestern's gone over in 7 of their last 8 games on the road. So if you look at it on the surface, you got to think Minnesota's going over in all their home games. Northwestern's going over in all their road games. Feels like a premium to me. But let's go to the chat and see what you have to say. Maybe I can go to the side. Maybe I can save that one here. But feels like it's such a strong play. Kind of want to just give it out. Maybe you guys are already onto it a little bit. Cash Kane went with TCU there in the game we talked about with West Virginia. Thomas is on Minnesota here in this one. Blue says they're pretty good. R. Thompson's on Minnesota here as well. And Jerry says Northwestern kind of packing it in here a little bit for the season, I think is what he's saying. Says take the Gophers here.
Good play.
Man, I'm kind of torn on the side a little bit. Blue says, okay. Just give me the over. Stop talking about it already. Okay, I got more. Northwestern's 11-3 to the over as an underdog. And I'm going to have to just go with the total here as my play on the show. I really like this as a premium, but I'm just not sure of the side at this point. I'm going over. It's probably a premium, but I'm just going to make it my free play here right now. I'll take over.
Good play.
Hey, right now, Baylor and Cincinnati are taking some steam here. This is one we're previewing here in just a moment. The steam is coming in right now on the under between Baylor and Cincinnati. It was 139.5. We're down to 138.5 here right now with Baylor and Cincinnati here tonight. Steam coming in on the under. It's down to, in fact, 138 at circa. All right. Plenty more here. Florida and Georgia. What's the Florida-Georgia line? Well, it's a musical group. It's also 7. 149 in this one with Florida on the road here. Do they forget the 1 in front of the 7? Or, well, let's not get too carried away. It's actually down to 6.5 here at some spots. Georgia's lost 4 straight. Florida's one of the hottest teams in the country right now. But maybe, just maybe, is it a trap? What am I missing? I don't know here. I'm trying to figure it out. Look, Georgia's a pretty good team. We're not going to slight them here. They're 16-11 in one of the toughest conferences. In the toughest conference in the country, but boy, Florida here has covered 1 million games in a row. Won and covered 1 million games in a row, it feels like right now. And how's Georgia gonna stop them? Much less any of the other teams. It feels like now Georgia's won 17 of their last 21 games at home, dating back to last season, but Florida's won 5 straight over Georgia, and Florida's also covered 5 straight games here at Georgia over the last 5 years. So, come on, man, what's going on here with this game? 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over here. go to the chat. Seems like a great game, I guess, from what they're trying to tell us here with this line. But Florida's won 6 straight. They've covered 5 of those games. They're 3-1 against the spread as a road favorite in conference play. Meanwhile, Georgia's 2-7 against the spread as an SEC underdog this season. So I don't know. What am I missing here? I get it. It's tough to win these SEC games on the road. All right, chat. Stop making me look like I'm going with the under as my play because I can't not release Florida, it feels like here. Somewhere. All right, big game here. Chat's ready to go. Here we go with Noli stopping by for his plays here, and he's got that Baylor-Cincinnati game that we just talked about a moment ago with that steam that came under. That was probably Noli. That was probably Noli that did that. Thomas is on Florida. Blues on Florida. R. Thompson's on Georgia. And Noli also here. Now, the steam did come in on the over in that game, but Noli says go under. Getting a little long on the show here. Georgia money line for cash gains. This is it for Georgia. Says this is the game to get up for. All right. Let's see here. Jerry Davis says Georgia money line in this one. Gators to roll, says Bobby Mack. All right. That might be it. I'm going to take the under as my play here with Florida and Georgia. Florida's 8-15 to the under as a favorite this season. Georgia's 2-9 to the under as an underdog. So give me the under in this one. We've got a big steam play coming in right now in the game between Mississippi State and Alabama, and it's on the total. We're going to preview this one in just a few moments, but I might as well talk about it now, at least real quick. It was 169.5. We are all the way up here to 172. We know Mississippi State has big-time problems defensively stopping anything, it seems like. But the steam is coming in here on the over for sure. Mississippi State and Alabama. This one's well north now of 172. Well, let me just stop it. 171.5 juice to the over here for the most part, but probably go to 172, I would think. All right, we'll keep it going here right now. Next up is that Baylor and Cincinnati game. Look, we just had Noli knows he's making unders great again. Just came in here, gave out the under. The steam just came in on the under a few moments ago. Why wouldn't this one go under between Baylor and Cincinnati here tonight? You've got Cincinnati coming in here at 16-11. Baylor coming in at 16-11 as well. You take a look at right now the standings here in the Big 12. Baylor 8-8, Cincinnati 6-10. So nothing special here right now with these two, but if you have to look at the Cincinnati Bearcats, 8-19 to the under this season, 5-14 to the under as a favorite, 6-10 to the under at home. Now Baylor is a team that trends over for sure. One thing Baylor doesn't do is cover spreads. Baylor 9-17 against the spread this season, 1-11 against the spread on the road, 0-8 against the spread as an underdog. See what you want to do here with this one. Like I said, just had Noli come in here and tell us go under. Why wouldn't I? Other than the fact that do you think Baylor's really going to be able to do anything in this game? I don't. Maybe they will. All right, I'll go to the chat, see what you guys have in this one. Baylor taking on the Bearcats at 5th, 3rd. Here we go. Baylor's 1-5 straight up last 6 games on the road. Cincinnati 17-4 straight up at home, dating back to last season. Cincinnati's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games at home. Thomas is on Cincinnati. Baylor's gone over in 4 of their last 6 games on the road, but
System playing.
all right. Give me the under in this one. I'm rolling with Noli. Here is my play. I'm taking the under here between Baylor and Cincinnati. Just a copycat, just a Taylor here. Oh, I won't say it like that. I don't want to say it like that. I'm never going to blame anything on anybody. I'm on it. I already had it. I mentioned it when that steam came in. So good job, Noli. Jerry makes a good point right there. Is that what it is? Is Noli's birthday? Is that what it is? Great, Noli. Happy birthday. Lou said it too. I thought Noli was giving it out to somebody like a famous YouTube prognosticator, give out picks to people on their birthday and said, take this team minus 500. Okay, so I will take the under here as my play on the morning steam show. We got a few more here, good games here. Iowa and Illinois in the Big Ten, with Illinois favored in this one. The Illini comes in 17-11 overall. They're favored by 10.5 now. We got to update that. 10.5. Total here right now, 171, maybe 170.5 with Illinois. Favored here. Pretty outrageous total, but doesn't seem out of the question with these two teams. Illinois is 17-11 to the over. This season, Iowa 7-4 to the over as an underdog. Now, Iowa has played a few unders here of late. But last time out, they beat Washington 85-79 as a 6.5 point favorite. Did not get the money in that one. Illinois comes in having won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams, including the last 5 meetings here in Champaign-Urbana. Iowa just 1-5 against the spread their last 6 games on the road. Coming into this one, Iowa's also gone over in 8 of their last 10 games on the road overall. I would imagine this is going to be a pretty high-scoring game. But also, I don't know, Illinois has not been very impressive, have they? I mean, they've been kind of giving it up a little, or not getting these numbers here, it feels like, of late. They've lost 3 straight to Duke, Wisconsin, and Michigan State. You remember the game in Madison Square Garden here last weekend. Here's some steam here real quick while we're previewing this one, but let me just mention we're having some steam here to the over in the game between Troy and Texas State. It was 141.5. We're up to 142.5 with steam to the over here with Troy and Texas State. I think Troy, though, kind of been going under in some of these conference games. All right, here we go. You can give me your pick if you want right now in this one with Iowa and Illinois. Ooh, looks like we got some comments here for sure on this one. And what do we got? We got more birthday wishes for legendary YouTube sports betting analyst Noli Knows. All right. Jerry says going with under, with Baylor having some injuries there. Doesn't trust Cincinnati. And let's see what else. Anybody on this game here? Thomas is on Illinois. Gotta lay it. R. Thompson is on the over here. I probably am too. Even Noli's shocked. He might take the under just out of spite. And Robert's on the Hawkeyes here. Very interesting, right? Yeah, I think Robert. I think Robert and I are kind of. I'm going over in this one as my play here on the Mornings Team Show, but Robert's going to be seeing. This one. Yeah, Abel's on Baylor, Blues on Pizza, New York style. I love a New York style. I love it. Abel's on the over here. All right. Give me the over as well, 171.5 with Iowa and Illinois. Next up is that game between Mississippi State and Alabama. Noli said, I can't believe I just saw a game with a total of 171. Well, Noli, here you go. This one is currently at 172. Maybe it's 171.5 at some spots right now, but feels like it's gone up to 172 with Alabama, an 8-point favorite, maybe even 8.5 here right now for Alabama. They're just starting to run out of any value here, I think, for the national championship. 12-1 might be acceptable. They might be down to 10-1 right now. I just think that Alabama with this offense, man, has to be considered for sure. Even if they don't play as much defense, here they're playing a team, I think, that plays absolutely no defense here. And still, can Mississippi State hang in there somehow against these guys? Alabama's won 5 straight meetings against Mississippi State. They've won the last 5 meetings at home against Mississippi State. Mississippi State has covered 8 of their last 12 games on the road, dating back to last season. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over here. So let's see what else. You guys might have here in this one with Mississippi State and Alabama. If anything here, let me go to the chat. And we'll start it off with Thomas is on Alabama here. All right. Blue is on Alabama. Jerry took the Iowa team total over in that other game here. Blues on Alabama. Jerry says Mississippi State and under. Bama wins by 5. Blues on the over. Art Thompson's on Mississippi State. And Abel's on the under here. All right. And Robert also liking Mississippi. So plenty of support definitely for Mississippi State. I'm going to agree with the chat in this one. Give me Mississippi State here to hang in there. I kind of wanted to go premium on it, but I actually thought it would come a little bit higher. So, because I think Mississippi State has to have a lot of problems defensively. And some of these scores, you look at what they gave up last time to Oklahoma, 93 points in that 6-point loss as a 4.5-point favorite. Now, they did shut down Texas A&M, get 70-54. I know it's a totally different kind of game, but Mississippi State 3-1 to the over as an underdog. Alabama, maybe they trend under a little bit, but give me Mississippi State here in this. I'm going to take the Bulldogs here. All right. I think that's going to do it. No, we've got a few more here. I'm sorry. Tennessee taking on LSU here in this one. You got 5th-ranked Tennessee coming in 22-5. LSU just 14-13 coming into this one. For Tennessee, they've won a couple of games in a row here coming in. They beat A&M 77-69 as a 2.5-point dog. They also beat Vanderbilt 81-76, although Vandy got the money in that one. See what you guys like here in this one with Tennessee going up against LSU. Tennessee favored on the road now, currently by 10.5. Total 137.5. Let's go to the chat here and we'll rattle off a few trends here. LSU's covered 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams in Baton Rouge. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams at Baton Rouge have gone over, and 8 of the last 10 meetings between the two teams overall have gone over, and we're dealing with a relatively, well, maybe a relatively short number here right now. Still, Tennessee 3-7 to the under on the road. LSU 5-11 to the under as a dog, but I'll go to the chat here and see what you guys have. We've got a lot. We've got our Thompson on LSU. Take those points. And LSU for Thomas. Cash Kane likes LSU. Abel likes LSU. This is a consensus play. That's what Blue says as well. Did we even end up? Did we have any consensus play? Oh, yeah, we did. Cleveland and LSU. There it is. Okay. Cleveland and LSU. Thank you, Thomas. All right. Plus those points. And I'll take the over in this one as my play. Give me the over with Tennessee and LSU. LSU blows it at the end of games. Tennessee for College Station, I think, there. Sports Money likes the Blues game to go under today. All right, got a couple more here. New Mexico is going to be taking on San Diego State. San Diego State's favored here by 2.5. Look, San Diego State has a tremendous home court advantage. We know that. They've won 5 of their last 6 games at home coming into this one. The problem for San Diego State is they're missing who I believe is their best player in Magoon Guath. Guath has a knee injury. He's going to be out at least a week here. It's not bad, but it is sore, and it needed to have a picture. Whoops. He needed to have a picture taken of his knee to make sure he was okay. But to me, Guath, talented player, man. This guy's going to be ticketed for the NBA, I would think. But right now, he's injured. He's going to miss this game. So tough blow here for San Diego State. Is a tough game against New Mexico. Still a bit of an important game considering where the teams currently stand. Now, it is certainly going to be New Mexico's championship to lose here. They come in with a 14-2 record. Utah State is 14-3 right now. San Diego State 11-5. They're kind of relegated to a spoiler role here, but still for New Mexico and Dent. I think the other day I said I was still putting Mashburn on New Mexico. That was just a slip of the tongue. But still tough, man. San Diego State, to me, a disappointment. They lost to Utah State 79-71 last time out on the road. It's a 5.5-point dog back on Saturday. Before that, they had won 3 straight, including a couple of covers, but San Diego State's failed to cover in 7 of their last 10 games overall. And, look at the series history between these two teams. New Mexico's actually won each of the last 2 meetings, including the first meeting of the season here this year at the Pit, 62-48 as they totally shut down San Diego State in that one. So, Guath isn't a guy, I know I've mentioned him before on here, and yeah, the Aztecs have some other talented players, and they still should win this game. And I'd be remiss not to take him here in this role. But let's go to the chat here right now and see what you guys have, if anything, in this one. All right, here we go. Art Thompson's on New Mexico. Spoons is here. He likes New Mexico on the money line. Noli's going over here. What? The steam came in on the over in this game. I might actually, well, let's see. Blue says go under. And Sports Money said we had a, did I miss one in there? Thomas is going to go with New Mexico here. I think College Station might be going San Diego State first half. Abel's on New Mexico. And Jerry's flip-flopping. He never does that. All right. And New Mexico here for Robert. And I think that's it from everyone there in the chat. All right. Well, I better make my call here in this one between New Mexico. Okay, it's a consensus here. Mikey putting on the pressure, and Thomas says I better just pick another consensus play. Consensus here on New Mexico. I'll pivot to the total. Give me the under as my play here on the show. I'll take the under. My computer's screaming at me to take the over here. Computer doesn't watch the games. I do. Reese is not coming back here, Jerry. Yeah, he's going to be out for the season, unfortunately. All right, one more here. And we're going to the West Coast Conference here with Gonzaga and Santa Clara here tonight. Taking a look at the current standings. Gonzaga 12-4. St. Mary's has got it. Is not going to catch St. Mary's here, but still a big game between Gonzaga and Santa Clara. Gonzaga, remember, lost of the game the other night to St. Mary's 74-64. Here, they'll probably be in a mood to just go out there and have some fun. Santa Clara is a covering machine right now. They've won 2 straight. They've covered a bunch of games in a row coming in. Santa Clara's won 11 of their last 12 at home. They've gone 5-1 against the spread their last 6 games at home here. Now, the line is relatively small for this series. It's all the way down to 5 here, believe it or not. There we go, 5 and 161.5. There we go. All right. So, see what you guys have in this one. Santa Clara, 8-2, last 10 games overall against the spread. Gonzaga, just 11-18 against the spread, always favored by a ton of points, of course. They've won 11 of the last 12 meetings here at Santa Clara. They've won 23 out of the last 25 meetings between the two teams overall. So go ahead in the chat if you're ready to make the play. I'll make my call. We'll wrap up the show, have the drawing, and we'll be on our way. Thank you to the 55 people we have still hanging on here with me today. Go to the chat, see what we have with Blue, I think, is on Santa Clara here. Robert is on the under here in this one. And Cash Kane says, take the Zags. Our Tomp's on the under. And Jerry Davis going over. Abel's going under. Blue says all signs point to Santa Clara covering in this one. I kind of agree with that. I'm taking Santa Clara plus 5 points tonight against Gonzaga. That might be it here for the Morning Steam show. Give you guys one more chance to chime in on this one or anything else you might have today here with our action. Appreciate you joining me here. Kiadra, Nice to see you. Thank you for coming in. Says take Santa Clara there. And let's do it. Thomas said Mike has totally gotten Thomas paranoid now. And, there were actually plenty of Santa Claras there, I think. Thank you, Thomas. We had I'm on it.
Critical notice.
Who else? Blue was on it. Although Cash Kane said Zags. So 3-1. Okay, that'll do it. Spoon says Troy. Take Troy today. Great, Spoons. Let me mark that one down. We know Troy taking on Texas State on the road today. Troy favored in that one by 1.5, maybe 2 by the time Spoons releases it. All right, let me go get the commercial out of the way, bring up the drawing. We'll be on our way. You can get my best plays today over at winnable.com/Ramon. Get my picks for today's action in college basketball, NBA, and NHL when you subscribe over at winnable.com for just $4 a day, $8 a week, or $19.95 a month. It's just 50 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM. At checkout, let's bring the drawing up here right now and give it a whirl. See who's going to win. Mikey Money showed up just to get the win here. Thanks, everybody. Great job in the chat today. Really picked me up a little bit. I was, feeling it there in the middle of the show because I've been pretty bummed about having a couple of off days here. All right, here we go with the drawing. Thomas, Subhuman, Action, Lucky, Robert, James, College Station, Noli, Prez, Swaggy, Justin, Ruthless, Doubles, and it's College Station. 9788, first timer here today, College Station. He'll get the chance at the drawing here today. All right. Appreciate it, gang. Catch you tomorrow. More morning steam, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific here on the Sports Money Network. Also, please join me here. I believe the show is at I'm going to change the time there if you see it in the thumbnails under the live tab. But I believe the show is going to go off at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific time today with VB MMA picks. We'll preview. Get you ready for the action on Saturday night, UFC Fight Night with Manel Cape and Asu Almabayev flyweights here, top 10 contenders this Saturday from the Apex, and we'll preview 2 other fights as well with our special guest, one of the most popular guys on UFC MMA YouTube shows, Liam Picks Fights. So we won't be fighting Liam. We'll be getting his picks here today with Liam on the show. So we always have a huge viewer count when Liam brings his family of followers over to the show. So make sure you join us for that one later today. Also, Mikey Money, it's 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with pre-gaming. Mikey will go over the primetime action here for the exciting card tonight, including that big game between the Mavericks and the Lakers. Wow. All right. So get those picks over at Winnable for the rest of the card. Use the promo code STEAM. Appreciate everybody coming along for the ride here on the morning Steam today. And thanks for everyone kind of checking in. Thomas has got those 4 plays we sure picked up there at the end. Appreciate it. Noli, thank you for stopping by. Happy birthday to Noli Knows also. And let's see who else. Any others? I think that might be it. Textiles there. It says, do not go with the Boston Commons Golf Club there. Go with Bay. Go with Bay tonight. All right, and the TSG or TGL. I don't even know. TGL. Okay, that's going to do it. Back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.